Thank you, Pastor Rowland and Pastor Evelyn, for giving me an opportunity to share the testimony what God did for me during my 2 cancers. It started in October of 17 when I found out that I had stage 2B non-small cell carcinoma. It was a lung cancer in my left lobe, and I had a 5-centimeter tumor in the center of my chest. The tumor was more serious than the lobe, and they couldn't do any kind of biopsy except the day of the surgery, and they gave me my options, what would happen during that surgery. I was blessed because they were able to remove the tumor in the center of my chest, which was all hooked with all the main blood veins and everything, and they were able to remove my lower left lobe of my lobe. And I was in the hospital for 10 days. I had tubes, and it was very painful. I went home with the caretakers that had to take care of my bandages. I was put on a chemo, and I took chemo, which made me very sick. And I thought I had all that over. I thought it was all behind me. I had peace about it because in my mind I thought it is gone. But again, in June of 19, I found out I had a totally different cancer. This cancer was incurable. This cancer was something I could not get rid of. I had to live with and trust the Lord. I want to tell you that was hard for me to deal with, and I was not happy about it whatsoever, and I went to the Lord, and he told me Jesus was not happy about what he went through, but his Gethsemane is what got him through. That's what got me through, is my prayer with the Lord. They told me that the kind of cancer I had, it was all over me. It was in my neck, it was in my stomach, it was in my ribs, it was in my groin. They then did a biopsy on my bone, and it was in my bone. Then I got where I could not breathe, totally could not walk or breathe, and I had to go to the hospital, and they had to remove 1,500 cc's of fluid from my left lung, and then the next day they had to take 750 more out. They tested it, and it tested a positive for B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. At that time, it was a rush deal. They had to go ahead and put a port in, and then they started chemo immediately. Chemo was a hard task, but God did miracle things for me. When I was in the hospital, I had so much pain, I could not stand it. Nothing stopped the pain. Nothing hardly stopped the throwing up. But God gave me favor because I called my pain management doctor, and she said, "When are you going to get out of the hospital?" I said, "I'm going to get out tomorrow." She said, "Well, then come see me the next day." So they got me in very quickly, and they did shots in my back that helped me even be able to get through that chemo. I was very sick, but God put doctors in my way that helped me. I got favor in every direction. I went for my second chemo, and other being very sick at my stomach and how it affected me inwardly, I did pretty good. Tired, it was really, really hard on me. I went through my third one, and it hit me again where the nerves, the chemo caused my legs and my back to have such severe pains, I could not stand it again. So I had to contact the Dr. Tiboletti, and she said, "Pekida, I'll get you in." So she got me in immediately, and she did the injections on me again. This wound up being 3 times that I had to do this, and each time God made sure that I had somebody within a couple of days that could tend to my situation. Lots of prayer went on. My pastor, Larry, and Pastor Aquila, which is the founder of our church, they called me out one day during a seminar, and they prayed for me. They knew this was incurable, but we're a faith-believing church. And then I had Pastor Rowland and Pastor Evelyn, which is my son's wife's mother and dad, Priska, her mom and dad. They came to Texas. They came to my house They came and we had communion. They anointed me with oil and they prayed over me. I had faith people that prayed over me. And it's like in my spirit, the praises let me know that when you're going to have a battle, God always sent the praisers out first. And there's always victory in the Lord. I have another pastor friend, Pastor Mary Beth Kelly from Arkansas. She prayed over me and she got a word. She said, Pekida, it's not your time. You will not go. I was confirmed that again with my pastor, that God has got a plan for you. So I've understood this. The stripes Jesus bore is not needed in heaven. It's needed here on this earth because it is to heal our bodies where we can fulfill the purpose of God in our life to bring Him glory. I'm so thankful that He is the truth. God is truth. He is truth. What He says, we can believe what He says. I just recently had a PET scan. After my 6th 2-day, every 28 days, chemo, and they said there was no evidence of cancer in my body. They didn't say remission. They did not say remission because it's not allowed in myself. Remission is like giving permission to come back, and I have believed it's gone. And they told me there was no evidence. And I'm praising the Lord for the people. I'm praising the Lord because even some of y'all prayed for me. That is the importance of being the body of Christ because God is real. I'm thankful that I have a family that stood behind me. I'm thankful for the doctors God put in my life. I'm thankful for the people. I'm so thankful for you people that have prayed for me. Thank you.